So I asked you guys two questions. I asked you to calculate the next term and then also to determine the general equation. Met ander woorde, daai Tn is gelyk aan An kwadraat plus Bn plus C. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, so let's start with the loops. 1, 6, 11. So in other words, the next loop is going to be add 5. Because this is 5, 5. So add 5, meaning that this must be 16. 21 plus 16 is? So your first answer will be T5 is equal to 37. Okay, onthou dan het ek mos vir julle gesê, hierdie ene hier gaan nie vir jou gegee word nie. So you have to make sure that you study those three equations. Okay. Grade 12, if you have extra lessons with someone and they show you an alternative method to find the nth term of a quadratic sequence, that's perfectly fine. You're allowed to use any method to get to the correct answer. Obviously, correct methods to get to the correct answer. So if you have another method of doing this, you don't have to worry. I will be able to mark it. You can use that. You don't have to use only, and this counts for anything that we're doing. Okay. Maar ek weet almal van julle het laas jaar hierdie metode gedoen in die klas. Okay. All agree? A is equal to 5 over 2. What must I say is equal to? 1. Ek kry mos daar. Is equal to? Good. Did you guys get 7 here? Okay, in other words, make sure that when you are finished with the question, you are answering exactly what I asked for. So now my vraag hierso was bepaal Tn. So that has to be the last thing that you write down. Tn is equal to 5 over 2 n squared minus 13 over 2 n plus c. This n oftentimes falls away. Make sure about that. Okay, that's everything you had to do for homework. I'm just quickly going to give you one more on this. Okay? You guys did similar ones last year as well. You remember? How do we determine whether a term is in that sequence? Wat doen ons? Jy gaan stel hom in. Waar stel jy hom in? Tn, and then what are you looking for in your answer? Yeah, number that works with its substitute, but it's easier than that actually. When you get to n, so you're solving for n. If it is a whole number, as an integer, if it's an integer, in other words, bigger than 0 and a whole number, so a positiewe heelgetal, dan beteken dit mos hy moet in die ry wees. So the first thing you're going to do is substitute 192 in. Okay, and solve for that. I'm going to give you a minute or two to do that. Work it. Still not. Minus V plus minus. Okay, again, it looks like this. Okay, or if you were able to factorize those, then that's the two factors. But the point is you get to n is equal to 10 or n is equal to negative 37 over 5. Now this one doesn't help us at all, right? But this one is actually an integer. But now go back to the question. I asked you, bepaal of hy in hierdie ry lê. So you need to answer that. So is it a term in the sequence that we're working with? Ja of nee? How did I get to what? 384. I multiplied everything by 2. No, you don't have to, but I don't like working with fractions. Okay, so then yours would have been 7. Okay, so then it is 5 over 2n squared minus 13 over 2n minus 185. But you still get to the same two answers. Well, you should still get to the same two answers. Then it's normally okay. It's because that's not a 7. Look there. That's supposed to be negative 185. Let's see. I don't think it should be anywhere else. Yeah, so there's your one answer. And then you just go back and change that minus to a plus. There we go.